Hey, what's going on, folks? What's going on? It's Explain 1972. Yes, that's me coming at you with a recorded video here of a flight, and haven't been on stream for a while. Been on vacation, had some medical emergencies, but all's well now. Had a little bit of time to make a quick video for you guys, and today we're gonna make it quick. We are flying out of Charlotte International, and we're going all the way up to Boston on Vatsim this evening. We got some people on stream right now that are going to be flying. It's not an event, but we got some ATC coverage all the way up to Boston, I think. That's an American going out. But we're sitting over here in Charlotte. Yep, there's downtown Charlotte for you. Nice little scenery there. And we're over here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and we are flying the mighty Zibo 737 with the RG mod. The Ultimate hasn't come out yet. This is a 3.2 Zulu, I think. That's the latest update. And let's jump in it. I've updated this aircraft. I have no idea exactly what the update did or does or how it feels, so we're just going to jump in and fire it up and fly it right away. So basically, once we're in it, let's go ahead and turn on the standby power. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Standby power is on. I'm sorry, let's take that back. We're going to turn on the batteries first, then the standby power, and then we can go ahead and hit the emergency lights. That's on. And since we have ground power available, we'll just go ahead and fire up the airplane. There we go. So airplane's fired up. And first thing we want to do is get these IRSs aligned real quick. So we're going to move them over to nav. Make sure it's on battery and DC showing up. There we go. DC, and it's going to go to align, and we can check to see how many minutes, 5 minutes or less. Alright, so it's a short time we have it on. And we're also going to fire up the APU while we have it here. 1, 2, 3, hold it down, get one of the pumps on to run the APU, and that should be good to go. With this airplane, we should be able to jump outside and actually listen to the APU fire up. It's part of the FMOD sound that comes with this. Well, that's an additional to this plane that you can download for free. And for you guys know, this is a freeware airplane, and everything on it is just sweat and work from the developers. And please donate to these guys because they well deserve it. Here's the APU, it's firing up. And if you jump back into the cockpit, you can see that it's coming up here. So we'll let that come up. But in the meantime, to let everybody know we're on the airplane, we're going to go ahead and turn on the position light to steady. That lets them know that there's somebody in the flight deck, and we're going to be running some stuff. Turn on the no smoking sign that can come on. We're also going to turn on electric pumps. We're going to be using that. Alright, let's warm up the window heat too. Can't forget that. I did that one time, and the aircraft fogged up on me at 10,000 feet. And it looks like the APU is available. Go ahead and switch over to APU power. That way we can turn on the APU bleed. And the packs are already on. So let's come over here and check the temperature. Temperature is not bad in the cabin. That's good. So we'll leave it as it is. We'll turn down just a little bit here so it doesn't get too warm. There we go. So APU is fired up and on. We got the lights on. No smoking signs are on. And aircraft is in the aligning process. Let's go over here and align the IRS as it's begging me to do. And as we said, we are in Charlotte, KCLT. And if we go to page 2, copy the left GPS, we're going to paste it here, and then we can go to a route. KCLT, and going up to Boston today. About an hour and a half flight, based on SimBrief is what I'm using. Alright, so that is going to be our route, and we'll put in the route here in a second. We got to call and get our clearance. So we got that set up, and so far so good. A couple of things we got to do. We're on Vatsim, as you could tell over here. We have Charlotte ground online, and DC center, and Atlanta center. Charlotte ground should give us clearance 121.8. Let's jump down here. 121.8 in the standby. And see if we get anybody online. There we go. And let's go ahead and call for clearance on this and see what we got. Here's a British Airways floating by. And good evening, Charlotte Ground, Southwest 2806, requesting IFR clearance to Boston. We do have ATIS also here, so we're going to call up the ATIS once we get our clearance. Alright, don't hear anybody here. Make sure. There we go.
And on American 248, contact Atlanta Central on 132.907. Good night.
As usual, Vatsim is on, but the audio is 2 out of 10. No, sorry, 5 out of 10. Let's put it that way. Alright, ATIS is 132.1. Let's put that in the meantime. He said standby. I think that's what he said, so we'll wait on our clearance real quick. What can we do in the meantime?
Southwest 2806 field to Boston by the only 3 cultural Romeo Delta uniform condition as fired times partial frequency is going to be Atlanta Central on 132.907. 6326.
Alright, that's clear to Boston via the Barmy 3 departure, Raleigh-Durham transition as file, climb via the SID. A departure frequency is 132.97 and squawk 6326, Southwest 2806.
Southwest 2806, we back back, rise when ready to taxi.
We'll call for taxi, Southwest 2806, thank you. Alright, so we got our clearance set. Let's just immediately punch in the squawk code here real quick. So we have that here, and it is 6326. 6326. Here we go. Alright, so we got squawk mode in the standby. That's good. And departure frequency is going to be 13297, but let's do the ATIS first real quick. Make sure we got the ATIS playing.
Charlotte Douglas INTL information Romeo 1800 Zulu weather wind 34014 gust 24
instructions VFR aircraft state direction of flight advised on initial contact you have Alpha. Charlotte Tower information Alpha 2252 Zulu wind 330 at 14 gust 22. Visibility 10. Few crowds 25,000. Control 17. Viewpoint 09. Outdoor 29094. Visual approach in use. Landing and departing runways 36 flight and 36 central. Read back all hold shoulder instructions. VFR aircraft state direction of flight. Advised on initial contact, you have Alpha.
Alright, information Alpha. So, with Alpha, 29904 is the altimeter. Let's come over here. Punch that in here. 29904. Alright, here we go. Let's see if it's punched on the other side. Nope. And we're going to punch it over here. 29904. Perfect. And then the 36s we're going to be departing from. So I'll go over the sim brief and look that up in here in a sec. But let's put in our flight plan. Barmy 3.
Contact Atlanta Central on 132.907.
Put some light in the FMC here. All right, Raleigh Durham is the first stop.
RDU. Really hard to understand. Your microphone is really
direct
muffled.
thump THHMP.
I think you said to go over to Atlanta Center for takeoff 36 right. Is that correct?
And direct OD.
American 624. Contact
Juliet 42.
On 132.907.
RBV, Robbinsville.
Roger. Going over to Atlanta Center, American 64. Thanks for the agency.
J222. And that takes us to JFK, where we will be able to now enter the star into Boston. Let's activate this. There we go. That's good to go. And departure. Based on where we are on the field, let me just take a look real quick and see. 3-6 center and 3-6 right, he said. Yes, that's what I wrote down, 3-6 right. So it looks like we're going to be using 3-6 right for departure. Charlie taxiway, yeah. So I'm going to say 3-6 right. So Barmy 3, Raleigh transition, and 3-6 right. Execute that. Arrival into Boston, and based on SimBrief, they're having us going arrival on based on the winds runway 33 left. Kind of doubt that, but Roebuck 3, JFK, we're gonna get updated in 33 left. We're gonna put that in anyway, and then we can come back to the legs page, come back over to the plan page, and step through this flight plan real quick and see if it makes any sense based on what the chart says it should be doing. And with the Barmy 3, basically we're going to get heading and vectors. So we're going to take off on the runway with a heading, and let's step through this. And we're going to make a right turn and radar vectors to Meshy, that's correct, then Gulfy, then Barmy. And then we're going to head north. Raleigh, Davies, Brand, Lauren, JFK, News. And that takes us into Roebuck arrival, into Boston. Alright. Looks fine to me. So let's go here and take it off plan mode, put it on map mode. And we got our flight plan in. Our top altitude on this SID is 8,000 feet. So let's go ahead and put in 8 grand here. Alright, 8 grand, top altitude. And gotta chuck some fuel into this plane. That's what we need. I think we can go to the FMC here and do a couple of things. Let's go to the menu, advance. Let's do board and terminate. So we're gonna start boarding, start the cargo. Make sure this door is open. Good, door is open. Awesome. Passengers coming on. And we can make some announcements from the captain. And then we'll put the fuel in.
Fox, this is Captain speaking. We're just final preparation here for departure from the gate. Maintenance is wrapping up one final item that they needed to take care of before we depart. So they're closing right on schedule today. Should be just a few more minutes.
It's got a guy leaving over here.
We'll be on our way. Thanks for your patience.
He is flood. That's the American that we saw that was taxiing. Alright, so he's out of here. Awesome. Awesome. While he does that, let's put in our fuel and see what SimBrief wants for us. Alright, and good to go. Fuel. Alright, block fuel for hour and a half flight is 15,303. Fuel is 15.3. Okay. And the payload for this flight is 19.1. So it makes our zero fuel weight is 111, 110.4. Perfect. So we're good to go. And let's go back. So fuel's in. So now we can go to the init ref and just zero fuel weight is in. The reserves that SimBrief is calling for is 2.0, 2.0 on the reserve, and at a cost index of 5. Fairly slow, but not a big deal. Flight level cruising today, I think it's going to be 350. Let me just verify that real quick, make sure. That is what I filed, and that's what we got, 350. Execute that. Let's put in some cruise wind information and outside temperature. Top of climb cruise wind is going to be 242 at 112. 242/112. So that's cruise wind here. And same at cruise altitude, minus 53 degrees. So negative 53 Fahrenheit. And top of, there we go. And that's in. So outside air temperature, we'll take that 17. There we go. And probably derate it down a little bit. 94.5. And brings us to a flap 5 takeoff here. And give us our V speeds. We can also get a CG, which is 24.1. Trim is 4.48. 27, 28, 38. So 138 plus 15 for the climb out speed. So that's 140, 153, and 4.48 on the trim. 153 and 4.48 on the trim. There we go, 153. And let's go down to our trim here, 4.48. 1, 2, 3, 4.4. I think we're good. Trim's good. Trim's perfect. Perfect. So, looks like glare shield is set up with our altitude. Heading is going to be runway heading. So, we're taking off at the 3-4. It's going to be heading 340. I'll verify that. Make sure that's what it calls for. On the SID, Charlotte, takeoff 36. Oh, 003. I'm sorry. So we're going to get vectors. Alright, there we go. So speed is good, heading is good, altitude is good. And that's on the glare shield. That's all set up to go. And we got our V speeds in. And we got our parameters in. The flight plan is in. It looks like we're good to go. And we got our ATIS. We got our flight plan. So let's go ahead and kick on all these pumps here. And we are already on APU power. Bleed is on. Temperature in the cabin is perfect, the way I like it. And let's go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs here, because we're going to be leaving shortly.
Captain Hudson on the fasten seatbelt sign. Would you ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt.
Alright, we're flying southwest.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Alright, that's our climb out on that one. Let's call it the better pushback plugin. And based on where we are on the airfield,
let me know where you want this thing.
that sound is from good old Cat Strader. Excellent streamer. I've never had him before in the better pushback plugin, so this is going to be awesome hearing him. Let's see, we're going to do nose. Interesting. Interesting. Based on where we are in the field, let's just do a nose here. Now let's do nose this way, and we can taxi out to the taxiway Charlie 10 and call for a taxi clearance. This is a non-moving area, so that's good. All right, we'll do that.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right, tow's coming. So let's go ahead and turn on the anti-collision so we can get the doors armed. There we go. And here's our tug.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Perfect. All right. And here's our tug driving up to our airplane. Just sit back and watch it connect. This ought to be good. Come on, you can do it.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Go ahead and connect. Let me check my weather here, make sure I'm connected to Xenviro, which I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Xenviro. Almost forgot. 1.07 with a shader modification, so I get rid of the haze effect. I was flying with default weather the last time I flew this airplane, but this ought to be good with Xenviro. Give us some nice clouds going up to Boston here. I haven't even looked at the weather in Boston, and it was snowing in the tri-state area this weekend. I don't know what the weather is, but we're risking. Yeah, look at the flashing beacon light in the wing view here. It looks like we got some rain too. That is rain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Alright, so to remove the parking brake, let's go ahead and squawk mode Charlie, TARA. Anti-collision light is on. And hit the parking brake, and we can start
Here
to push
comes
back.
the pushback. Light 'em up.
And here comes the rain too. Now, unfortunately, there should be some rain effect. Let me just see something here. Menu, advanced,
Information Bravo is port.
other config, weather. On, off, X-Enviro, yeah? Save that, we're on X-Enviro. Config is save, but no rain effect. Alright, it's all good. Alright, let's start up the engines, turn off the APU bleeds, and we're gonna start up number 2 here. There we go. I think that X-Enviro setting might be waiting on 1.08, possibly. Alright, what am I doing wrong? We got no rotation. Let's do this again. Oh, you know what? Turn off the wrong thing. Turn off the bleed. Now I need to turn off the packs. Pressure is coming back up. That's what happened when you haven't flown in a while. And let's do this. Ground. Start valve is open. And we have an N2 rotation. Good to go. As we hear our safety briefing started. We'll wait until we get about 20% N1. And then we can put some fuel. Here we go. Fuel can come in. And that's engine 2 starting up. There it is, it's spinning up. Perfect.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Alright, let's put on our parking brake. Set that. We got
And we're disconnecting tow. Give me just a moment.
Alright, we got starter valve cut out on 2. Let's start 1. And 1 is spinning up. And when we get 20% N1, we'll go ahead and introduce the fuel. Alright, here we go. Fuel can come in. And N2 is, EGT and N2 is rising. Engine is spinning up. And here's the engine going. Awesome. Perfect.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you, sir. Alright. RTO. Looks like engine 2 is just about to stabilize. Give it another few seconds here as we watch the tug drive away. And he's going to give us a signal that says the pin is out. He's going to hold that pin up over his head. That's to say, hey, pin is out. Everything is set. You are good to taxi on your own. Let's see. There he is. He's got the pin in his hand. Awesome. Very good. So, let's come over here. Hit the gens. Gen 1, Gen 2. Let's hit the pitot heat on. Let's turn the bleed off on the APU, bleed on the packs. Pack on the engine, that's it. Packs are on, that's good. Turn on the cabin and galley power so we have coffee. And we come over here and kill the APU. There we go, APU's dead. Flap 5. Okay, you can see the flaps coming out. That's the leading edge. Trailing edge flaps coming down. And airplane is behaving nicely. RTO is set. That's good. We got our trim set. Everything's set down here. one more thing we got to turn on is the yaw damper. Lights coming off, yaw damper is ready. Switch over to the systems page here, get the flight controls, and we can check them. Right, left, down, up, rudder right, rudder left, and we are good to go. So flight control check. I think we're ready for taxi. Hit the taxi light here. And our airplane is ready. And we're going to go ahead and taxi up to the holding point. Based on my charts, we should be taxiing up to Charlie 10. And request taxi from here. So we're going to be taking off from this runway down here, so we're going to taxi and come around.
The bombing is also coming in self-uniform transition as filed. Time BS. Your departure 28 in the Atlanta Central on 122, decimal 97, walk 6387.
Let's stop here for a sec. Until he finishes clearance, we can turn off the screen. We don't need it. There you go. You can also bring on the flight director. 1, flight director 2. There we go. Now we can arm the LNAV and VNAV for guidance. Charlotte ground, Southwest 2806, ready for taxi at Charlie 10.
Southwest 06, taxi 36 flight, Charlie, clear to cross 23.
36 right via Charlie, clear across runway 23, Southwest 2806, thank you. Alright, perfect. So, exactly what we expected, we got. And this is Charlie 10, we're going to make a right on Charlie taxiway and cross runway 23 and go all the way down. Alright, so we're turning it all the way around. I wish X-Environment had the rain effect for this airplane because it's beautiful on this airplane. You can make the turn, come on. Shouldn't have to give it any more power than 40% to make this turn. Alright, so this is Charlie taxiway, and then we're gonna cross runway 23 down here, and go all the way down to the end basically. Alright, let's not do a southwest taxi here. We're at 15 miles an hour ground speed. The wind is gusting, so it's gonna be a little challenging on this takeoff. We'll work with it. We'll see what we got. The default weather never had any rain. X-Enviro has rain but no effect because it is not ready for prime time. Well, we're going fast here. 21 knots on the ground speed. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah, that is a southwest kind of taxi. Definitely. All the military airplanes over here to our left. Yeah, there they go. Apparently Charlotte's got an air wing of some sort over there. Alright, rain's off. You can actually hear the engines now and stuff. And let's turn on, you know what? It could have been my fault. Turn on the weather, which we never turned on. And hit the terrain radar too. Why not? Alright, 29 knots on the ground speed. It's kind of fast, but we'll stay with that. taxi line. Alright, definitely got to slow down. What a dip in the taxiway there. Good old X-plane. It's got terrain on and smooth out. Shows you all the bumps and stuff. Slow it down. That's a fast-ass taxi there. Alright, there we go. Coming up to the end here. And we're going to take it all the way, yeah, to the end. There's a new plugin, Bipad or whatever it's called. It's not ready yet. That's for this airplane, so I want it available so we can show you the charts that I'm looking at so you guys can see. But it's just not ready yet. We got an airplane coming in. Final, right there. So I'll just hold short. Should be switching me over to Atlanta Center for departure, because this is the ground that we're on. Alright, slow it down here. Alright, so we gotta hold short here. Make sure we don't freak out this pilot that he has to go around. Alright, hold short. And here he comes, American. 737. Nice. No landing gears, but I think that's a X-Squawk Bach issue. See how he does on the landing.
Southwest 2846. Contact Atlantic Central on 132.907.
132.97 for Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806. Thank you very much for your service. Have a good day. Alright, there we go. And good evening, Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, holding short runway 36 right in Charlotte.
Southwest 2806, Atlanta, good evening. Fly runway heading 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 36 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 2806. Awesome. Alright. Let's start the clocks. And turn all the lights, which we almost forgot to do. Come on.
JetBlue 1065, it's been brief but fun. Jacksonville Ross flying.
Alright, for some reason I can't get the lights on here.
Bye-bye.
Let's get the flight attendants down at least.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
What's going on with my click spot? Interesting. Can't get the retractables. Something's broken. Alright, won't mess with it. We do have some lights on the airplane that we can look at. There we go. So we are fine. Let's arm the auto throttle. We're going to do a roll and start. 46% N1. Hit the N1 speed. We got runway heading. And we are clear for takeoff. And the wind is gusting. Definitely gusting right now. Alright, airspeed alive.
80 knots.
We're at 80 knots. Oh, it's windy. Definitely windy. Whoa.
V1, rotate.
Alright, let's pull up the nose. As soon as the guy get up. Alright, rotate, positive rate. Gears up. Speed's coming up. That's good. And the airplane's climbing, and we're going to fly runway heading. Good to go.
400.
Atlanta Center, Allegiant 755, ready to turn. Allegiant 755, taxi runway 20 Alpha.
Alright, and we're out of Charlotte. We can bring up the flaps. Flap 1, flap 5.
1000.
Increase our climb rate here. And follow the flight directors. Flaps are coming in. Keep the nose down a little bit, climbing too high there. We're going to hand fly this as much as possible up to 8,000 feet until we get heading select. Yeah, runway heading. There we go. That's where we need to fly. Alright, speed's good. Go up to 250 knots. Trim out the airplane.
Delta 1949 Washington offline. Radar service terminates, frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
Alright. Keep it at 250 knots here. Good. Trim it out. Runway heading. Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, 5,000 for 8,000.
Southwest 2806, radar contact. Turn right, proceed direct bar, begin as filed.
Right direct bomb as filed, Southwest 2806. Alright, let's do this. Let's bring on the autopilot. And we're going to make the right turn. Go towards Barmy. And what we could do is come to the legs page and do Barmy here, execute, and put in the LNAV, and that should fly it. Perfect. And I'm climbing via the SID, which is an 8,000 foot restriction. Let me see if he gives me higher. Which he didn't. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, climbing via the SID at 8,000 currently. See if he gives me higher.
Southwest 2806, final maintain flight level 350.
Flight level 350, Southwest 2806. It's always best to ask before I go ahead and pass the SID recommendations or SID instructions. So let's do a level change at 250 knots. And then once we pass 10,000, we can go into the VNAV and get going. Alright, we are climbing out. Airplane is climbing, trying to maintain the speed. Here she goes. Beautiful. Alright, and our climb out speed should be
Atlanta Center, this is Delta
270.
Are we able
Okay.
to start our descent?
So at 10,000 we can accelerate to 270. I'll just turn over to the VNAV.
2566, descent is a wing 1 arrival. And they are
Alright, 10,000,
3009.
VNAV, 270.
Descend via the
It's gonna
arrival
nose over and speed up.
3009, Delta 2566.
Alright, should nose over and speed up. And then, there we go. So let's bring off some of these lights.
Station point again.
Police 755
Alright.
755, runway 2, fly runway heading.
Let's go now with our pressurization here. Huh, interesting.
Runway heading, runway 2.
Packs are on. Auto. The APU is on. Huh. That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off
Let's
shortly.
hope it's nothing.
For your own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loose fastened in case
But
of any unexpected
that's a cabin altitude warning. Oh, we didn't set our flight level.
All available assistance may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight and entertainment house is on.
That's the use of a checklist would have been nice. Let's put the packs on high, see if we can recover this cabin altitude here. We probably can't. We're going to level off. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, we're requesting a level off here at 14,000 feet to do a system check.
That's approved.
Roger that. Let's level off here. Let's stop our climb. Yeah, stop our climb right there. There we go. Alright. Climb is stopped.
American
1,000 to go.
1803, Atlanta
And we
Center.
do 16,000.
Fly runway heading, 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Alright. We leveled off. And let's watch our cabin altitude build.
Region 755, radar contact, final maintain flight level 360, stay altitude.
And we have it on open the isolation valve. Get maximum pressure going in. Make sure we get a good altitude. Let's see if we can do this manually. See if that works. Manual pressure. Is that working?
755, turn right to 080.
Yep. Cabin altitude is dropping. That's good.
Right there, right there.
Alright, cabin altitude is dropping. Good. So we are recovering here. As soon as we get it at as a good cabin altitude, we'll start climbing.
Ahead of time that we
But
for
we are going to monitor the plane, make sure we're flying it,
Delta 22560.
not making any mistakes. Everything else in the airplane is good, except that.
Expect the visual 26 right. Thank you, Delta.
There we go. And let's see if we can put it back into auto. There's auto.
Cuba 226.
High on the packs.
Radar service terminates. Frequency change
1,000 to
approved.
go.
Bye.
I want to see that cabin altitude drop. Okay. The pressure
Okay, we'll see you
is...
later. Appreciate the good part. Speed bird.
Let's put it back into manual. I want to see
Yeah, we
this,
appreciate
this
the
cabin
feedback,
pressure climb.
Allegiant 755, turn right to 180. American 1803, radar.
Yeah, cabin altitude is good.
American 1803, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 350, turn right to 060.
Alright, cabin altitude is good, and the cabin pressure keeps climbing. That's what I need to happen. Alright, here we go. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806 will resume climb to flight level 350.
Southwest 2806, thanks very much for that.
Alright, let's VNav it again and see if we can head up. Here we go.
And good luck.
Roger that. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start climbing. We're going to watch this. That's a good cabin altitude, and the cabin pressure is climbing, so that's what we want.
Allegiant 755.
At some point, we'll put it back into auto and keep going up. Good catch.
Right there.
Well, the sound made me catch it. Everything else is good. Cabin temperature, pitot heat is on, all that stuff. Wow. So we had a minor emergency there on our climb out, and I think we're able to remedy that as best we can. And we're coming up on transition altitude, 18,000 feet. Go ahead and hit the standard button. Switch over to 18,000 to standard. Come over here and do the same thing. Standard. Good to go. Let's watch our cabin pressure. There we go. Cabin pressure is going up. Altitude is fine. And I wonder if we can take it off and put it back into auto. There we go. Alright, so auto should control that. Alright, yeah. So that's a proper pressure for climb based on memory. That's a proper cabin altitude, which is going to go to about 8,000 feet once we get to cruise, and that's a proper cabin pressure. And the cabin pressure is building, so that's good. I think we are going to be okay. Woo! Almost killed the passengers there. Alright, L11 VNav it. We are good. Top of climb is going to come up here after Bata. And then we'll head up to New York. And this hour-and-a-half flight.
Southwest 2806, Washington offline, radar service terminates, frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
And thank you very much for your services, Southwest 2806. Over to 1221 good day. Alright, so Washington Center's offline, not a problem. Hopefully we'll get Boston Center online once we get up closer to Boston. That's the only drawback with flying on Vatsim. You can start out the flight with ATC, and then you lose it. Yeah, we'll just listen to the ATC traffic here for Atlanta Center for now, and then we'll switch over when we get closer up to New York. Boston's still
Delta
online.
1377, Atlanta Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb maintain 340,
Oh, look. They've
Delta 3159, I had background
This-
traffic. I'm sorry, sir. Were you calling me?
this display has been fixed, which is good. You got the range rings on it, and I can adjust it independently. It wasn't working for me before for some reason. Oh, good. Every time I fly this airplane, there's just more improvements they make on it, and it's just
I'm
awesome
sorry,
to
sir. I
fly.
thought you were calling me Delta 3159. I had background traffic for a minute.
Can't beat this, man. Check the pressurization. Here we go. 14,000 cabin altitude. Pressure is good. We are climbing on auto, and we have saved the day.
Delta 31.
Alright, let's check some announcements here and see what we got. He's got a cruise message, descent message, pre-land, and turbulence. We're not at cruises yet, so we'll just leave that.
Delta 784, Indianapolis Center is offline, radar service terminates, reach to Jimmy Crew, follow.
Alright, good exchange approved. Here, Delta 784.
And let me go ahead and check Vatsim here and see who's online.
Good evening, Atlanta Center, Delta 80. I was with you, flight level 380.
Delta 805, Atlanta Center, good evening, Squawk Island. Delta 805, radar contact, 26 miles south of Pulaski, welcome aboard, landing west.
Landing west for Delta 805.
Delta 2060.2.
Delta 2061, Atlanta Center, good evening, Squawk Island, Atlanta landing west. Delta 2061, radar contact 25 miles south of Pulaski, local. Allegiant 755, Jacksonville Center's offline, radar service terminate, please change speed, have a great one, bye bye. You too,
Yeah, I got some ortho here for most of the Northeast, I think, going up to Boston. Should be nice to see New York City once we fly over.
Checking in 28,000 feet and descending.
Alright, almost at top of climb.
Southwest 1060, Atlanta Center, good evening, Squawk 576.
Yep, cabin altitude is perfect. 6,000 feet is going to go up to 7.
767.
And everything else is on that needs to be on. Good to go. Let's turn off this brake. I'm sorry, this landing gear. RTO can go to off. And everything else is set down here.
Atlanta Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Upper 340 for next 1345.
Southwest 1060, radar contact 45 miles north of the Choo-Choo VOL. Descend and maintain flight level 210 Atlanta runway.
Okay, descending and maintaining 210, Delta 1060.
Two different types of ortho. Look at that. There's actually a line. And we are coming up on what? Raleigh-Durham. Yeah, Raleigh's coming up when we make that left turn out. It's got like a rock quarry down here.
Perfect. 13.5 approved. Let me know when you're done.
Alright, heading north.
back, 1345.
Delta 415, confirm the aircraft type.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go, check. And then we should speed up to our final cruise speed in Mach
Delta
0.7.
415, aircraft type.
Let's see, we are going to be cruising
Delta
at
415 is a
Mach 0.78. That's good, good speed. Mach 7.8
Delta
on the cruise.
415, roger. Is flight level 250 your final level?
Synchronize the heading.
Yes sir, 250. According to the real one, flight plan it is 250. I looked at it, I did a double take as well.
Delta 415, no problem. Your flight plan had aircraft type C434 for some reason, but I'll correct that.
Oh, it must have screwed up.
Well, go ahead and request a higher altitude there, buddy. That will work. Alright, top of climb, cruise is going up. Speed is going up. Let's make a quick announcement here.
Let's turn our depot cruise altitude now. It should be a relatively smooth flight. Seatbelt sign is off. Please only move around the cabin when that sign is off. And anytime you're in your seat, I do request your seatbelt fasten about you regardless of the seatbelt sign. If you're not capable a little closer, meanwhile, please sit back, relax, enjoy the trip with us.
Thank you, sir. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, this is the interior cockpit for the 0737. And this one is specific for this livery, which is the Southwest livery. It's pretty good. Oh, I didn't lock the cockpit door. Go ahead and lock that. And it's a nicely done livery. Let's take a look on the outside of it here. I love this livery. And I have the split scimitar winglets. That's courtesy of the RG mod. And it's very awesome. And as we make the left turn out over Raleigh-Durham, look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Yeah, that's over Raleigh right there.
Atlanta Center, Southwest 1060. What is our, going to be our final runway?
Southwest 1060, expecting will approach 26 right, but the approach controller will confirm that with you.
That's right, thanks buddy.
Alright. Set that for now. Keep listening in. Yeah, not a bad delivery, not a bad freeware. Go ahead and support those developers, guys, because the work they do is astounding for free. No additional charge. Just donate to them. Let them feel your love for this here plane and all that it offers us simmers. Alright, so check-in cruise, Mach 0.78 should be going up to. Engine looks good, fuel is good. Legs are good. And overhead is good with the pressurization, yep, 7,000 feet or 8,000 feet altitude on the cabin altitude. Pressurization in the cabin is good. Order is good. Packs are good. Temperature in the cabin is good. Nice. Do apologize for that almost screw up that we had with the cabin pressurization. That wouldn't have been pretty. Definitely not. But when you take the chance and don't work with a checklist, that's what happens sometimes. You forget stuff and screw up, and you know, in the real world, if you forget the important stuff like that, yeah, there's no coming back from that or correction to that. So always make sure you do it right or use a checklist. Don't be like me. Love this airplane.
Delta 2566, contact Atlanta approach 127.9, goodbye.
Route to Atlanta approach, have a nice night, Delta 2566.
Atlanta Center, ATR November 016 Alpha Mike with you again, passing through 13,000 for 14,000.
ATR 6 Alpha Mike, hello again, climb the wings, flight level 230.
I'm maintain flight level 230, ATR 6 Alpha Mike.
Alright, let's see here. We'll look up some information about Boston, see what's going on there. See how bad or good the weather is going to be in Boston when we get there. Alright, so Boston ATIS. What are you saying there, Boston? Wind 290, 15 gust in 23. Well, that's not good. Few clouds, 1900 feet, 10 mile visibility, scattered 5,000, broken 2,000, altimeter 2941. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not raining or snowing or anything.
Delta 3159, Indianapolis Center offline, radar service terminated, frequency change of period 5. Delta 3159.
Alright, 2941. We can put in the ATIS for now. It's kind of low. 2941. Am I seeing correct? It's usually when bad weather is coming in, you get an ATIS like that. Ah, we got a wind shift. Yeah, 2941 is the altimeter for Boston. We'll look up the ATIS still once we get close. Atlanta Center, DC approach. DC Center's in
Tower,
13372.
just to confirm, we're looking at runway 26, right?
13372.
Mission approach 26 right, when you speak to the approach controller, he'll confirm that.
Let's see if DC Center is on. It says DC Center is on. There it is. It's on.
64, possibly 6 for altitude change up to flight level 4.
So flight 94, 64, climb maintain, 440.
Yeah, we should be in DC Center territory right now, so we'll call up and ask for squawk code. And good evening, DC Center, Southwest 2806, flight level 350, 40 miles out of dumped intersection. Let's see if he's got us.
Southwest 2806, Washington, Tennessee, squawk 3551.
Squawk 3551, Southwest 2806. they were on. There it is. And give them a flash so you can confirm where I am. And we have coverage. Good. Ah, clear skies. So far we're 27 minutes into this flight, and let's see when our descent is going to be. Descent is in 300 miles, 21:24 on the clock. So we're looking at about 40 minutes for descent, something like that. Yeah, just about 40 minutes for descent. So we cruise out.
Washington 2724 Whiskey Business Level 150. Inbound Golf Pacific Echo 21. American 2724. They're good. You verify that you're actually correct. American 2724 second now. Yeah, there we go. American 2724. Washington Center. Good evening. See direct Lynchburg, Lima Yankee Hotel. Yep, Lynchburg, Lima Yankee Hotel. American 2724. American 465, the Atlantic Field fingers 2978. 465, thanks. Delta 582 off hogs out of maintained flight level 190.
Hogs, flight level 105.
Air Canada 465, contact New York Center 125.32.
Yeah, weather shift.
2532, thanks. Good night.
Let's see, estimated fuel on board right now is about 11,000 pounds or less, and based on SimBrief coming up to dump intersection, let's see what it says we have to make sure we're burning the right amount of fuel. Dump should have 10.9. Alright, we are at 10.9. It's 10.7978. Yeah, we're good. Good on fuel. Alright, so the fuel predictions are good based on what SimBrief is saying. We shouldn't have any problems at all with this. Wow, look at that city. That is beautiful. wonder where that is. Not sure what city that is. Turn on airports. Airport. RIC. That is... not exactly sure. RIC. I gotta look that up and see. That order is pretty though. There it is. RIC. That's Richmond International Airport. RIC. So that's in Virginia then.
Northwest 1781 Washington Center, Gate Space Block 3523-3523.
So that's Richmond, Virginia. We're at.
And Northwest 1781, just to let you know, you're very quiet. Not really. I can hear you, just need to repeat stuff. Northwest 1781, radar contact 204 miles southeast of the Elizabeth City. VOR, welcome aboard. Delta 582, contact New York Center 125.32.
125.32. I'm gonna put that in here. 12532, 125.32. Just get it prepared and ready. For the frequency changeover whenever that comes about.
Southwest 2806, sorry about that. Radar contact 29 miles northwest of the heart from VOR.
Roger that. Southwest 2806. Good day. Alright, he acknowledged me finally. Ah, no ortho here. Interesting. Gotta look into that. Let's see why. Just south of Baltimore and DC. DC's here, Baltimore's here. Alright, we gotta see why we have no ortho. Take care of that for our next flight. 235 miles to go for the top of the descent. There were some menu options in this plane. I gotta check and see. Menu, advance, author config. Okay, long on the alignment time. I'm gonna show the yoke. Shocks off, pause at left and off, toe brake axis is on. Cold and dark is what I like. When the park brake's on, remove chocks. Throttle noise lock is off. Side by side over on the fuel gauge. Okay, style. Alright, got that. Nose wheel on the yaw axis is on. Good to go. Next page. FMX. We don't want to save any flat plan. Heads up is the tracking I like. HPA in inches is what we like. Radio altimeter is what we like. Windshield effects on. X Enviro off. Go ahead and set them to on, because X Enviro doesn't work. Pitch null zone. We are not going to set it in null zone, so we are good. I'm going to save that. Good deal. Audio config. Features. Passenger board on. Passenger chatter on. We got large airport. Trim wheel is, I want to do on that. Gyro is analog on. Mute FMC is off. I don't want to mute it. Pax applause is off. Let's turn on a Pax applause. That should be interesting. Save that. Alright. I think we are good. And let's see, there was a volume setting here.
Speedbird 226. Contact New York Center 125.
Pax volume is up, air volume is up, gyro, engine volume. Why is it set to 1? I wonder I couldn't hear the engine volume.
Washington Center, this is Metro 45160 with you, currently coming out of 9,500.
AC volume will set that to 3.
4,000.
Wind 4, roll it back 3, bumps.
Metro 4, Metro
TCAS 5 is good. And weather volume is set it to 4.
Climbing to flight level 30 Metro 4516.
Back. Save that. Good. Yeah, it was kind of funny I didn't hear the engines on takeoff. That's why it was down all the way low. Sometimes you update the airplane and you don't realize that settings have been changing it for some reason. But we just remedied that problem. So we can hear the engine sounds now. Let's see if I hear them. Hear the passenger chatter. Alright, won't worry about it. It's good. Let me see if it actually saved that setting that I requested for it to save. Menu, advance, audio config, volume. Engine was on this page. Import gyro, engine volume, yeah, it's good. Turned on a passenger volume to 6. Yeah, it's good. Back, save. Good. Alright, that's saved. So we should be fine with that.
Washington Center, this is Southwest 2344, so we do have flight number 260.
Let's see, we got DC 40 miles off to our left, Baltimore another 40 miles. We won't be able to see those places at all.
Evening, sir.
Alright, let's open up the charts for Boston here. We're doing a Roebuck 3 arrival into Boston. Roebuck 3 is a pretty simple arrival into Boston. Start descending after you pass JFK.
Washington Center, Delta 415. Probable 250.
Delta 415, Washington Center, good evening. Wait, Delta 415, did you request the climb? Sorry about that.
And then once we check the ATIS for Boston, we'll know what runway we're going to be getting.
This is the flight route's final altitude.
I'm just making sure that I made everything.
If we do get 3-3 left, it's going to be really long taxi.
Flight over flight plan.
Alright, that's good. Can't wait to get that iPad up in here so we can look at the charts and stuff, so you guys can see what we're looking at. We're going to be crossing up close to Philadelphia. We got traffic out here. And 9,000 feet below, heading our direction. And as usual, it pops up only 40 miles away. That is standard. Let's bump it up to Mach point 80. There we go. Make up a little bit of time.
Swift Flight 9464, leave my base, Jacksonville Center is offline. We have service terminated, frequency change approved, and good night.
He's probably going to pass it in 20 miles of me. Probably won't be able to see him when he passes. As soon as the Boston ATIS pops up here, we're going to check it and see what we got for Boston. Yeah, looks like we're back into ortho. Yep.
Good evening, Washington Center, Southwest Flight 1480, Vigilant River July,
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see this traffic. He's too far out. 20 mile range.
On the ground at Baltimore, Washington International Airport, contact Pacific Bridge on 119.85. And just for further future reference, DPA approach or IAD approach usually covers Baltimore. Usually, of course, also when Baltimore's offline.
Look at the textures for the RG mod. So nice. Good textures here.
14, go ahead.
Good textures on these panels too.
AFK 15 minutes.
Base approved.
We'll go back for 15.
Off to our left, 18 miles out. Yeah, you can't see that. That's way too far.
Southwest 2806, contact New York Center 125.32.
Going over to New York Center 135.32. Good day. 135.
That's 125.32, 2532.
2532, Southwest 2806. Thank you. Here we go. And good evening, New York Center, Southwest 2806, flight level 350.
Southwest 2806, New York Center, direct Robbinsville.
Direct Robbinsville, Southwest 2806. Getting a shortcut. Direct Robbinsville. There's the mod right there.
Speedbird 226 my airspace.
Execute that.
Boston Center.
Here goes the turn. Direct Robbinsville. Perfect.
Okay, appreciate the good work. Have a good week. See you later.
There's a turn. So cut out a little bit of airways out there.
And Epic 121 has exited runway 27 right at Lima, looking for taxi back to Atlantic Aviation.
And that Robbinsville direct
Epic 121, you can taxi the parking via Juliet.
FMC handled it beautifully.
We're going to Atlantic Aviation.
So nice. This ortho
Epic
is
121, I do not know where that's at.
this ortho is ZL15.
Usually we get Kilo Delta Alpha.
Alright, okay, general aviation. Okay, taxi via Kilo Delta Alpha cross runway 35 and runway 26.
Kilo Alpha Delta, cross 35, cross 26, Epic 121, thanks.
Hey, listen to that passenger chatter from the FMOD sound. That's so beautiful. Alright, ATIS. We still don't have Boston ATIS yet, so we can't pull that up yet to see what's going on in Boston. Still have to wait a little bit and get closer, as in real life. Not sure what city that is. Pretty city though. Everybody's sitting in their seats. Yeah, looks like I'm having a little bit of scenery load here. Frames dropping just a little bit. This is Philly. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, Philadelphia. KPHL. So, if you could tell, here's the airport in Philly. It's good scenery. Good airport. Nobody's on the field right now.
New York Center,
As far as I can tell. So that's the Philly airport.
America 815, New York Center for direct D, trying to maintain flight 0.
This is where the Eagles play.
I'll kind of maintain flight level.
All the different stadiums, football, baseball, basketball, 76ers.
And New York Center,
And that's downtown. Kind of hard to see far away, but that's the scenery of Philadelphia.
American 355, trying to maintain flight level 410.
Look at it, it's beautiful.
I'm going to see flight level 410, American 355.
These ortho sceneries make you just want to look out the window all the time.
American
Definitely.
1520, New York Center, I have your audio is a bit distorted.
Yes, it is
I'm sorry,
distorted.
we're using a really bad mic. Yeah, just check the
Yeah, it's nice. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that I want to
New York
change.
Center, Epic 121, we're shutting down here at Atlantic Aviation. Thanks for the ATC tonight, see ya.
One more thing I want to change in the sound is the audio config features. There's a different sound set that you can choose. Let's go back.
One with you 14.5 or 17.
It's not an EQ.
American 301, New York Center. Proceed direct D, trying to maintain flight level 38.
Alright, they're deep. Really, they're American 301.
These are all the volume settings. It's not what I want.
radio check.
Sounds good.
Okay, there we go. FMOD announcements. Announcements set to 2.
3, 4, United, 1. United, 2. Southwest 1.
So Southwest is what we want.
2, South America, 1. 2, 3, 4, United, 1. United, 2. Southwest 1. Southwest 2.
Let's do Southwest 2.
American Airlines.
That's 8. That's what I wanted.
Southwest 1. Southwest 2.
Go back, save that. So it will make Southwest specific announcements. Let me see if there's 140 Captain. Make it 2. Alright, we'll leave that. Okay. Save that. I think we're all set up. There we go. That's what I remember to do. Alright, we just left Philly. Back there. Heading up to New York. And that's the Outer Banks, Virginia, DC, Philly. Alright, let's see. Coming up on... That's Islip over here, that's Long Island. Newark is here, Teterboro is here, JFK is here. So we're going to make a right, head towards JFK. Start getting descent instructions if I remember correctly. LaGuardia is right here. So we should see JFK off for a right and fly over LaGuardia or somewhere close to that. Okay. Maybe we'll get to see New York City with the weather that we have outside.
American 711, are you with me?
And here it is. This is New York City. Right there. Straight ahead of us. There is Lower Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, Central Park. Statue of Liberty is right behind this cloud. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge. Wow. So JFK is going to be off to our right over here. If we could see it.
Do we have a...
No, we aren't going to be able to see it. Let's go in a cockpit. Maybe we can see it from a cockpit. Yep. Sorry.
Last calling aircraft, New York Center.
American 1520.
Yep.
Do we have the
There's JFK right there.
350 heading for weather?
That's JFK.
American 1520, sir. I do not show you in my airspace.
Awesome.
Where are you?
We are over Yeti. Yankee, and yeah, we're heading up and KCLT. Yeah.
American 1520.
And that's LaGuardia right there.
670, sir. I do not have you on the radar.
6670.
And that's Manhattan right there.
American 711, are you with
Oh, that's
me?
Newark. I'm sorry. Newark Airport. Oh, that's just beautiful. Take a screenshot. Man, JFK to our right, downtown Manhattan to our left.
2806 is my airspace to the east. Boston Center is slow. Frequency change, please.
All right, over to 122.8. Good day, Southwest 2806.
American 1520 New York Center radar contact. Owens at maintain 14,000. Kennedy altimeter.
Wow.
2974.
That's all of Brooklyn right here. That's Manhattan down there. And you can see it on a wing shot right there. Doing its funky turns. Man, that's beautiful. Get to fly over New York City. How often? And that's Druzwecki Design New York. That's what it is. Alright, top of descent is coming up. And we're going to go down to flight level 230. And since we're in LNAV and VNAV, it is going to start a descent for us on the Roebuck 3 arrival, which is good. Nice. Alright, let's make some announcements from the captain about our descent. And I want to go back and just do an audio config volume. I want to turn up the captain announcement a little bit louder. Does it have that? Maybe not. Alright, that's fine. Let's concentrate on flying the airplane. Alright, coming up on top of descent. Let's go back to manage speed, slow it down a little bit before the descent, and it's going to nose over once we get to the set speed. And we'll start descending into Boston. Boston is offline, unfortunately, but it's all good. We expect that. Here comes the vertical profile. I'm going to need some drag to reduce the speed and catch up with the profile. Let's go ahead and bring out the speed brakes. There we go. Speed brakes are up. Good to go. So that slows down the airplane and get it on profile. Speed's good. We're just about 500 feet above the profile. Oh, this is the new thing that with this new mod too, is that the yoke works with the autopilot. So when it turns, the yoke moves, which is pretty cool. Alright, we're catching them back up with the profile there. Good. Drag required. Yeah, I do have drag out already, so don't give me that. Alright. We're good. Alright. So we're on descent profile, which is good. Got some traffic off to our left here. 2,000 feet below us. Maybe about, gonna be about 10 miles out. Still not gonna be able to see that traffic.
Northwest 1781, New York Center. What is your current location?
Ah, descending out over Long Island, man. It's beautiful. Look at the clouds. I think that's Islip Airport out here. No, Islip is off to my right. Interesting. Oh, Islip is out here. There we go.
Northwest 1781,
all right.
stand by. I'm talking.
Concentrate on flying here. Yeah, to bring back a little bit of drag here. There we go. Catch up with the profile. That's what's so beautiful about X-Enviro, man. When you go into the clouds, you just sense the speed. That is some visible moisture, but I don't think anti-icing is going to be required for this. Nah, I don't think so.
And Northwest 1781, New York Center. Roger, welcome aboard.
Alright. Coming through the clouds. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, speed brakes doing their job. We're catching up with the profile here on the magenta. There it is. And let's go ahead and reduce the altitude even further. Down to 16,000.
Central aircraft New York Center is closing in 10 minutes.
There we go, 16,000.
American 815, proceed direct for VOR.
That's Long Island out here. On my left is Jersey, this is Long Island. Alright. Profile's coming in nicely. And I'm going to recheck that ATIS for Boston, make sure that we have it right, because the winds are gusting pretty nastily and I had runway 23 on the ILS. So I want to make sure that the altimeter is going to be right for Boston, and the winds.
American 365 over squawk radar.
Okay,
Terminated.
Boston altimeter 2950. Okay, we'll change that. So it went up a little bit. There we go. 2950. Good to go. And the wind is 270, 22 gusting 34. Are you kidding me? Few clouds 1900, 10 mile visibility, scattered 5500, scattered 12,000. Alright, if it's out of 270, and the simulator was telling me that, see, out of 270, so I gotta choose which runway I want to use here. I choose very carefully. Alright, let's turn off the speed brakes. Okay. coming out 270. We're going to re-runway using runway 27, not runway 33. We're going to re-runway
New
27.
York Center, good evening. JetBlue 2231, climbing through 10,000.
Arrival, runway,
JetBlue 2231, New York Center.
ILS 27.
Proceed direct shift, maintain.
Execute. There we go.
1,000. On correction, maintain 220.
And we're on the profile. Good to go. All right.
220, and we're continuing direct shift. JetBlue 2231.
And so we can set up the approach here. For ILS, it's going to be 111.3, 271 on the heading. And it's 111.3. So that's going to be, yep, I had 111.3, 271. I'm going to land flap, flap 40, 127. So we're going to land. Okay, that's good to go. And let me just verify on the charts that that runway is going to be suitable for us.
Good evening, New York Center, Delta 393. What level is flight level 240, Benelli intersection.
Arrival.
Level 393, New.
Mach 3 approach runway 27.
Level 393, New York Center, squawk 6645.
6645 at Delta 393.
Alright, so confirming the frequency with the charts, it is 111.3 and 272 on the heading. There we go.
TR 45.7, New York Center, proceed direct to Robbinsville, Sunday, maintain flight level 200.
Alright. So we are descending nicely via the star here. Good. And all the restrictions are in. And let's take it down to 11,000 at Pravi. We're coming up in transition altitude. And we're going to have to vectors ourselves in since we don't have any ATC online in Boston, but that's not a problem. That's going to be no issue at all.
No, 393 Center radar contact 42 miles east of the
I'll just keep New York Center radio chatter on just for the effect in the background there.
Good evening, Delta 393.
Delta 393, proceed direct Daisy, cross Daisy at maintain 8. Newark altimeter 2972.
That's Daisy at 8 and LaGuardia altimeter 2972, Delta 393.
Alright, switch over.
And 393, proceed direct Daisy this time.
Direct Daisy, Delta 393.
There we go.
American 301, proceed direct Phillipsburg VOR, Papa Sierra Bravo.
Alright, so we got to be above 17,000 at Allen, which is coming up, and Banki above 16. So the VNAV is good. And Roebuck below 19, above 12. Pravi above 11. Okay, good. Let's check Cradle, Kleb, Hawk2, and then vectors. Kleb, Hawk2, vectors to 27. Okay.
And JetBlue 2231, final maintain 370.
Alright.
Delta 370, JetBlue 2231.
Looks like we're
American
set up,
15,
right?
Snake Cross, Cameron at maintain at 900,000.
Cameron at 900,000 for American 1520.
Alright, let's see if this VNAV is going to handle this approach good. Because it's off the profile now and it's not descending. Above 16 at Banki, D-cell, and below 19. Let's see. I'm going to stick with it and see if it handles it.
We do at level 340.
Delta 3727, your tennis block 663. Can you say again, please, the book?
Still not descending.
Squawk.
Roebuck below
Squawk
19,
6623.
above 12. Alright, so
Squawk 6623 for Delta
let's
377.
do this. Let's do VNAV path. See if it picks it up. There it goes. Okay. Alright. Got it back on profile. Not a problem. Also bring out some drag. That way we can catch up the profile.
District 2284, New York, runway 31 left at Kilo, taxi via Bravo and Kilo.
Not sure why I didn't pick that up, but we are coming into Boston proper. And it is beautiful.
Delta 3727 radar contact just north of Stony Brook via or across channel at maintain flight level 230.
Speed's coming down nicely. Speed brakes are out. And as far as our path is concerned, we're going to go all the way to Huktu and then get vectors to rip it and back to runway 27. Not bad. Okay, we're good. And we're back on profile, back on speed. Let's get rid of the speed brakes. There we go. And Boston is over here somewhere.
New York Center, good evening. Delta 3159 with you. Flight level 390, approximately 20 miles southwest of Phillipsburg, PA.
Delta 3159, New York Center, identity aircraft type.
Alright, minimum altitude here is at Kleb, 8,250 knots. Let's just bring it out to 8,000. Believe it or not, having ATC out here is much easier to get in vectors for them to the runway than having to do it yourself.
3159, New York Center radar contact, 25 miles southwest of Phillipsburg, submarine gainful 330.
Descend to flight level 330, Delta 3159.
American 1528 is Charlie, current spec ILS 31 right. Card camper heading 040, vector to final. Alright, 3 on right and after camera 040.
Alright, so after Judy, we're going to be getting the slow down to 250 knots.
31 approach, altimeter 2972.
And we can set the auto brake to 2.
There's localizer,
That-
3-1.
That will get us to the end of the runway. Land altitude is
393,
50.
direct hard.
That's good.
Direct Harp, Delta 393.
Alright, so we got land altitude set up. We got our landing VRF speed set up. And we got our auto brake set up. It's good.
Delta 3727, direct Lendy.
It's direct Lendy for Delta 377.
Delta 3159, direct Mark, cross market, flight level 190.
We'll cross marker 90, Delta 3159.
A little bit of clouds out here. Okay, no problem. It is visible moisture, and we are minus 1 degree Celsius.
Delta
We're fine.
9765, are
No.
you on New York?
No ICN is required.
Delta 393 to set a maintain 6,000.
6,000, Delta 393.
Delta 3159, you're clear direct to Mark. Clear direct to Mark, Delta 3159.
District 2284, zero left, kilo.
District 2284.
Oh,
On my
beautiful.
zero left at kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 300 at 22, gust 33.
Take off through one left, District 22.
Make sure we got the
Next
right
aircraft, Kennedy 8 is
loner,
Delta now turn,
rip it
wind
for
300
runway
at 22, gust
27.
33. Kennedy altimeter 2974.
Alright, so at loner, we got to be at 3,000 feet or below to catch the ILS. That's what we need to know that.
Delta 3727, the center pound discretion maintains flight level 230.
Descend at pilot discretion at flight level 230, so Delta 3727.
Alright, so here's our runway over here. So we're going to go downwind, come back around, and pick up the ILS. And we can't see it, but we're over here somewhere. Approximately, what's that, 25 miles out. 23 miles. Can't see it. But we're going to make the left turn to Huck 2 and head there. Got some traffic in the area. The same altitude as us. He's heading away. Okay, that's good. Alright, coming up on 10,000 feet. We can turn on the fixed lights. Not sure why this is not working. Retractables. Something broke with the FMOD or something, or the RG mod or something with the airplane. Alright, but those lights are on for 10,000 feet. Verify that. There they go. Inboard lights are on.
District 2284, near center rate of contact, flighting 220, on maintain 11000.
Heading 220, climb maintain 1000, 220.
With this approach, I know you head over out to the ocean and back. Alright. So, loner waypoint is where we're going to go for Huck 2, and at loner we got to be 3,000 or below. But up top, the altitude across Kleb is 8,000, then we'll get to 3,000 for loner. And start reducing speed. And let's type into 3,000 now.
That's 415 with you home.
Alright.
Target 1525, 301 right. 250. 360 and 360 and
V-speed it.
Delta 393, fly heading 190, local lines at 31 approach.
190 for Delta 393. 190 for Delta 393.
Delta 415, New York Center again.
Alright, make it 15,000 feet a minute.
Again.
Alright, what's going
Delta
on?
415, New York Center again.
Let's do this.
Maintain 393 to center.
Delta 4000, Delta 393.
Delta 415, New York Center radar contact, 19 miles southwest of Hogs intersection. Cross Hongs at final 190.
Alright, so we're going to be vectoring ourselves here shortly to Loner at 3,000.
Please shoot 2284,
And pick up the localizer.
I'm gonna get 170,000 for sure.
Gotta watch the speed here. Bring in speed brakes out.
Cleveland Center is closed. Frequency change approved. Good night.
And bring it to 230 knots. Actually make it 210. Slow it down already in the terminal area. Here we go. Bring it back to 210. And we can 1,000 feet a minute.
Trying to call New York. You're coming in on 220.
Good to go.
200 for Delta 393.
15, 20, 18, 5,000.
Alright, 1,000 feet a minute's good. Bring the speed brakes back in. No.
New York goes to
Delta 415, only 31 left at Kilo. Thanks to the Alpha and Kilo.
actually via Alpha Kilo, JetBlue 415.
Blue Streak 2284, clear direct Robbinsville.
Direct Robbinsville, issue 2284.
Delta 415, descend and maintain, correction cross Cameron at 1,000 at 250 knots. Sandy altimeter 2974.
Alright, and let's take a shortcut here. Let's do heading select. Oop, wrong way.
Kennedy JetBlue 32 mic check.
Let's take a
JetBlue
shortcut.
302 New York, loud and clear, swap 66.
Speed is good, descent rate is good. And we should be fine. Good.
American 815, Cleveland Center is closed, frequency change approved. Delta 393, descend and maintain 6,000.
Now the 2000 Delta 393.
Blue Streak 2284, climb maintain 52200.
200, Blue Streak 2284.
JetBlue 302, radar contact, cross Cameron at 1,250 knots. It is Delta 74. Not done yet. Cross Cameron 1,250 knots. Altimeter 2974. Expect ILS 31 right.
Alright, JetBlue 302, cross Cameron 11,000 feet, 250 knots. Expect Addison 319.
American 1520, fighting 040, descend and maintain 3,000.
Preserve 3,000. Fine.
Airline Cleveland Center is closed, frequency change approved. Good night.
1,000 to go.
1,000 go, check.
I'm gonna see you later. Good night, American 01.
Delta 3727 at the cross Landy and maintain flight level 190 at 250 knots.
We get across Landy at
And there's the city of Boston.
250 knots.
Right there.
3727.
That's Boston, and that's the airfield right there. We're going to be landing at. Where we're going to be landing.
Delta 393 flighting 230.
230 Delta 393.
Delta 415, expect ILS 31 left. Depart Cameron.
Here is
heading
Boston.
to 040.
Boston, here we come. Alright, cool.
Okay,
Alright, let's get ourselves some more vectors to pick up
Delta 3 reduce speed to 180.
the
We're slowing Delta 393.
the localizer. We're going to arm the loc.
Delta 393
Right there.
right now heading 280 and attempt to localize.
Speed's coming down.
280 join Delta 393.
And let's make it 180 knots. 180.
American 50 speed at 210.
210.
And here's a localizer right here. ILS we're below, which is good. Need that speed to come down. There we go. And it's windy already, I can tell. Alright, so let's go. Here's a localizer we just picked up. Flap 1, flap 2. Let's go to flap 5.
Roll cross Beauty at 10,000, 3159.
And let's turn on the approach mode.
L 300, fighting 270. 270.
We're below the ILS. ILS is coming in nicely.
Okay, 270.
We are currently about 10 miles out.
American 1520 to center maintain 3,000.
BRF is 127 plus 5. 132. I'm going to make it 135 because it's windy.
20, altitude 20, about 2 miles. L 3727, expect ILS 31 miles.
We will expect an ILS for 31 left. For 727.
Alright,
393, 4 miles from Fabry, fighting 270. L 393, 4 miles from Fabry, fighting 270. Maintain 2,000 still established. No localizer, clear localizer 3-1 approach.
Alright, play the captain's message here. And turn off the ATC so we can concentrate on flying. And we just hit the ILS. And about 5 miles out we can start slowing it down. And look at that. Look how it's rocking. Yeah. Let's drop the gear too.
2,500.
And let's bring it to flap 25 gear. And we just got 2 notches to go. And we're going to establish on the final approach speed here quickly. Alright, let's set the speed brake set, auto brakes armed, gear downs 3 green. We're going to do 135 on the landing. We are bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. We're 5 miles out. Go to flap 35. And bring it back to final approach speed. And make that flap 40 fully configure out here. Stay on the ILS because it's windy. 29, 30, gusting 30. But we're straight down the runway, so this shouldn't be too bad at all. Alright, and let's turn on all the lights. Continuous. Ding the cabin.
Cabin crew, please prepare cabin for landing. Please prepare cabin for landing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach. I'd like to thank all of you for flying with us today. We appreciate the business and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
It is gusting. Like really gusting. 24 knots to 85, but it's a good runway though. Let me set that auto bake to 3 just in case. It's not the Airbus. I don't know how good the auto brake is on this. Screenshot for my landing. Alright, here we go. Alright, gear downs 3 greens. Speed brake set, auto brake set, flap set. Windy as hell. We'll take over maybe at now. Auto throttle off too. And we'll manually fly this thing in. Keep my speed up because it is windy. A little bit high. Wow. It's not going to be pretty.
500.
500 checks.
400.
A little bit fast, but because of the wind, I'm going to keep that in. A little bit low, but I'm good. Alright, line it back with a center line. Watch the speed.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Keep the nose up. Auto brake, nose down. Reverses in. Slowing down nicely. Auto brakes kicking in, which is good. Release the auto brakes and roll it out. Not bad. We slowed down real good there. We were light, so it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, that slowed down pretty quickly. And we'll just take the high-speed exit right here. And since we have no ATC coverage for the ground, we'll just taxi it on in to the southwest gates. Bring on the APU. 1, 2, 3. That's good. And keep it rolling. Flaps can come up. Good to go. Awesome. And I couldn't hear the announcements because the doors are closed. It's all good. All right. And if we keep on rolling on this taxiway, we're going to go over to the, what's the name of this taxiway here? Rolling, rolling. We can bring in all these lights. Turn that off. APU is available. Switch him over. And we're on taxiway Foxtrot, which should take us all the way over to the southwest gates. And this is Mr. Rex's Boston scenery, by the way. It's good scenery. Beautifully done. The American gates, the United gates. All right. Turn off the strobes. Could stop the clock. Flight time 1:33. I'll take that. There we go. I'm stopping, sorry. Pay attention there. Turn off the window heat. Pitot heat can come off. In the taxiway there. And here's our southwest gates coming up. Turn off the terrain radar. Weather radar can come off. And welcome to Boston. Man, look at this airport. It's so beautiful. This is freeware Mr. X scenery. Best scenery designer for X-Plane in my opinion. Alright, make the left on the taxiway here. And we're gonna pull up in this gate coming up. Let's do this gate right here. That's gonna be Alpha 18. Yeah, Alpha 18 we're gonna go into. No traffic to my left, which is good. And there's those beautiful engine sounds. Alright, follow this guy in here. Kill the taxi lights. gate. What do you mean? I'm backing up. I want my auto gate. Get you. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Set the brakes and kill the engines. And here comes our jet bridge. To the airplane. Perfect. Alright, and turn off the fast seatbelt signs. Anti-collision can come off. Wing lights can come off. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston. We can turn the APU bleed, turn off the engine bleeds, put this back to auto. Good to go. That's it. Airplane is cleaned up. Everything is set. We can turn off the yaw damper also. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this flight into Boston with the IXEG 737-800 and Mr. X's Boston scenery. Both beautifully done, and please support these developers when they do their sceneries and do their airplanes. Just contribute and donate to them. Thank you so much for joining me on this flight. I appreciate it. This is X-Plane 1972 saying good luck, see you, thanks for joining me, and have a good evening. Thank you.